Welcome to the offshore financial system. I know many of you are asking, what is this offshore financial system? And I'm telling you, don't worry, I'm going to explain to you. For starters, just know that there is a global financial system. A global financial system is where money is how money moves from one country to another, from traders, the businessmen, from consumers to producers, to mineral-rich countries. When you're paying for minerals, when you're paying for services, when you're paying for goods, there's a way money moves across the world. And that is very legal, and there are documents, and there are banking institutions that keep the records, and in case you want to know, there is a way in which you can access that information. But at the same time, there is another parallel system that is called the offshore financial system, which is illegal. It is not necessarily illegal within the countries that it operates, but it is illegal for the things that it is doing. Criminal money moving from one country to another cannot use the global financial system. It uses the offshore financial system. Corrupt money, especially in developing countries, moves through the offshore financial system. Tax evasion, when companies try to evade tax, they move money through the offshore financial system. Now, let me bring it closer home. Have you ever wondered why around every rich neighborhood there is a slum? The slums exist so that they can, number one, provide services to those rich neighborhoods, like being watchmen, like cleaners, and all that. But at the same time, these slums exist there because they know the rich neighborhoods have the money, and them they are willing to give the services. So they know that it is a market for employment. But if you're a lady coming from the slums, do you think you can easily access the rich people so that you can go work in their houses? No. That is why there are watchmen. These ladies befriend the watchmen so that as soon as a rich man or a rich woman says they need someone to clean the house, the watchman will call a lady that they have already spoken to, and they will hook them up to the boss. And as soon as the bosses pay these ladies, they have already agreed with the watchman that they will pay the watchman something. And that is how that relationship exists, and everyone wins. Now think the same concept, transfer it to rich countries. Around every rich country, there are countries called tax havens. Tax havens are countries or jurisdictions that have promised people that if you bring your money to our country, we are not going to charge you no tax. Or even if you are charging you tax, we will charge it very small that you will not feel the impact. They are also promising you that once that money gets into their country, they will not say anything. Whoever will ask from wherever they will come from, they will not disclose any information. And that presents an opportunity for criminals to hide their money, for corrupt people to take their money, and for companies to take their money when they don't want to show how much they have generated in profits. That is what a tax haven is, and that is what the global offshore financial system looks like. So the question is, why are these countries located around the rich countries? Because rich countries is where billionaires are. Rich countries are where wealthy people are. And a lot of money is moving into those countries. But so much of this money is coming from illegal things that it cannot be moved through the global financial system. That is why they need a parallel system that can allow that money to come into those countries through that channel. It is well known that the city of London is surrounded by tax havens. It is also well known that the USA is surrounded by tax havens. And the tentacles of tax havens have spread across the world, that the offshore financial system is actually moving almost half the transactions that are happening across the world. Can you imagine? Almost half the value of transactions happening in the globe moves through the offshore world. Why? Why would all this money be moving through these countries? And there are only around 60 countries across the world that are tax havens. There has to be something in there. So someone will ask me, isn't that business? Isn't that just business? That if I have an opportunity to avoid tax, then I just avoid. Now, remember guys, tax avoidance is legal, but tax evasion is not legal. And a lot of the things that are happening within tax havens is tax evasion. People run away from paying taxes. And that is why a lot of the business that is happening in those countries is illegal. But what is the impact or the effect of this of this offshore financial system? The rich countries are usually very ready and they have the right personnel to deal with the effects of the offshore financial system. In fact, they have come up with rules and regulations within their country that can protect the country against this behavior. But the poor countries, the developing countries, especially in Africa, they don't have the right manpower or the right personnel or the right laws and regulations that can be able to deal with the offshore world. That is why Africa is so much exposed to this system that for every dollar that comes into Africa as a loan or even as aid, $10 leaves. So just know that for every dollar that comes into Africa, $10 leave through the offshore system. And that is why for as long as we keep trying to pay our debt, it never ends. Because we are receiving $1 but we are paying 10. We are not even paying within the interest rates that are known and are acceptable. So much is leaving. So much is leaving from the companies that operate in Africa. Why do you think multinationals operate in Africa and they report losses every year, but they don't seem to leave? What is that motivation that keeps these companies around? Is it that they are just good people and they want to help? No. The thing is, these companies are making profits, but they are transferring the profits to the countries, the tax havens, where they will pay very little tax or no tax at all. And as a result, they're able to move capital. That is what is called capital flight. Now, I don't want to take you so much into the details so that I confuse you. What I have done, I have developed a series. And this series, you have to watch it or you have to listen. And then come back and give me your comments and let's keep that conversation going. Thank you very much, guys, and have a good day.